Good morning. Hi, I'm Arun and I have my friend here, Natasha. And we are going to go on a walk on a footpath in Bengaluru. Something I hear a lot from the younger people in my family. And given the state of the world right now, isn't it normal to be just anxious?
Yeah, it is normal to be anxious. But what I do
I mean, can I blame the world for how I'm feeling?
That part I'm not so sure. Because, when you think of it, Arun, the world has gone through a lot. Even in the last 50 years of history, we've had all kinds of global conflicts. We've had all kinds of local conflicts in India. So when you zoom out, you realize that, different terrible things have always happened in the world.
Correct.
But it is feeling much worse now. And why is it feeling?
Why is that?
Yeah. So the reason, I think one of the it's talked about a lot is the effect of social media and the fact that you are being constantly bombarded 24/7, not just with bad things happening in your country, but everything from every corner of the world is hitting your eyeball.
Which wasn't the case earlier.
Which wasn't the case earlier, right? Like you would not know that some women got burnt alive in Tehran, and you would not know that somebody in Timbuktu had their limbs chopped off. Like and not only.
And all that is coming from this small. Whether I should look at the sun, I should look at the green, I should look at the color, and not look at this thing, because all that information is actually. Who reads the newspapers nowadays? It's all coming from here,
and
right?
It's also graphic visuals, right?
That's true.
Which, by the way, have like a multiplier effect on your level.
And they may not be accurate.
They may not be accurate. You don't.
They're designed to shock. That's why they says, right?
They're designed to shock. We have no idea at what age which kids are looking at what. So I think all of this does come together to make you start feeling. And what happens as a result? When you spend a lot of time just looking at the horridness of the world, at the same time, you don't have any sense of agency.
When we were younger, we used to have adult movies where violence was surely one of the things you controlled who watched, right? But you're right, today you cannot control what an 8-year-old kid watches.
The other thing that makes this whole situation feel worse is that I think on one hand you are feeling like there is so much horrors in the world, there's so much cruelty, the big forces are really against you. And you don't have avenues to make local change. So why I think like even something like rebuilding a footpath in your neighborhood or painting a wall or picking up the trash in your neighborhood, that can make you feel better because it gives you some sense of agency. It gives you some locus of control in a world where everything feels like it's out of control. So,
you can... Things that you can control, make a difference to the world.
Absolutely.
So I've read somewhere they said don't get upset by things you can't control.
Yeah.
If there's a war in some faraway place, what do you do? At some point, if it affects you, shut it out.
Yeah, and my thing is that, yes, of course, sure, express your protest, express your views, all that is fine. But I think that if young people are really looking for ways to feel a little bit better about the world, go volunteer in your neighborhood. Go volunteer, do cleanup drives, do different things around you, help people right around you. You will just start to feel a little bit better, and you'll see how many other people are showing up to volunteer.
So nice to hear, because as you know, I do volunteering all the time, and so many people show up and they work silently, and you often wonder what is it that drives them. But I think when everyone feels they have done that little bit, maybe it fights against that feeling that I'm helpless.
Yeah, and in your work as well, Arun, but in all volunteering work that we have supported, what's very powerful is you see all the other people volunteering. So you realize that you're not the only good, virtuous person. There are so many other good people in this world who are all showing up together. So that sense of, and for us, I think Manotsava is really that. Manotsava is a place where community, public, janta, just everybody is showing up and being together. So not only are you in this festival, you are seeing that there are thousands of others in this festival. So it's a lovely world.
So we have diagnosed all these problems. I am someone who I've recognized I have some sort of an issue. What do you suggest? What can I do? Or what can you do?
What can I do? Well, let me start with what can we do and what are we doing, right? So, you see, like I said, everything starts with what can you do, right? And as a foundation, we are a social sector philanthropy. So, at Rohini, Nilekani Philanthropies, we asked ourselves this question, that if we want to contribute to mental health and the discourse, what can we do? And we can't solve the treatment gap, we can't create new counselors and therapists, we can't do major drug discovery. But what we said is we can throw a festival.
Nice.
So we are throwing a festival because we feel like the country, and not just Bangalore, because this is a national festival, the country needs a festival that's going to bring together the expertise of science and therapy along with the voices of community. And so the reason to have the experts in and the neuroscientists and the clinicians in is because I think there's a lot of misinformation in pop psychology that's going around, right? So we bring that kind of credible lens, which is rooted in research as well as a lot of therapeutic practice. At the same time, we don't want this to be something that only experts can do, right? Because the community, we just talked about it, there's such a huge role of community, of families, of peers, educators. So we bring those voices in to tell you what can you do and how do you come together to make sense of all of these seemingly complicated topics which affect everyone's lives. Like one of our big sections, there are two big sections at Manotsava, the festival, right? One big thing is on teenagers, parents, parenting, little children, toddlers, because that is something that, that's a social question, right? A lot of parents are facing difficulties, anxieties, basic ones. It's not some major disorders, but they are anxious. They're wondering what to do. There's screens and there's internet and it's all very scary. Social.
Okay, so all these parents, siblings, all that stuff is going to come. Teenagers.
Yes.
Okay,
so
nice.
if you're a parent, if you have a sibling, if you're a child, if you're a teenager, like this should be interesting for you.
Okay.
We have a big section on aging, right? Because we know that when we keep talking about India being a young country, we know that a lot of people will become old in the next 15 years.
Including us.
Including us. So, how do you age healthily? Like we're going to talk about dementia, we're going to talk about caregiving and how do you take care of the elderly. So how do you think about those bits? But all of this we're doing with, and of course I told you about the science stuff, right? We're talking about the gut microbiome, we're talking about psychedelics, which is a very...
Psychedelics,
and I'm not going to tell more. You have to come to the festival to find out what that is all about.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah. So, we have tons and tons of panels, but the whole program is scaffolded, like I say, it has this big hug in lots of art and music.
Okay.
So you're going to see...
In fact, music is something I wanted to ask you. What I have read is that music is the one thing that can play with your mind. I love music, and that's my go-to whenever I'm stressed, right? And when I discovered science has proven that music actually pushes you to the next level. So there is a session on music.
There is a workshop on music, but we also have Swaratma, which is one of our most favorite bands.
Oh, cool.
And it's a Bangalore band.
Yes.
So they are coming and they're going to be playing, and they have a special set that they've done for this festival.
Really? How nice.
And for Bangalore.
How nice.
So again, that's you have to come and be together.
So this is like a day-long festival. I can come, it's free, and just see what I like.
Yeah,
that's
so
how it works.
2 days. It's Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
It's on the 8th and 9th of November.
November 8th and 9th. Okay.
November 8th and 9th. It's a Saturday, Sunday. It's free.
Okay. And where is it being held?
It's at Lalit Ashok.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And we are also organizing shuttle buses from metro stations. We are organizing parking, so that commuting.
So I can just come and spend the day there and enjoy myself.
Spend the whole day. And you decide which sessions you want to sit in on.
And there's going to be food also?
There is food, yes,
nice.
Of course, because we talk about food and well-being. It's
Ashok is a beautiful location. I mean, the number of times I've gone to BLF there, it just it has all this. It has sunlight, it has green, it has open air, and it has Bangalore weather. November, you could have chosen a better time. And cool, very nice, very nice.
Yes, so I hope to see you there.
Of course, I will be there.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, so who are the big names I can hope to hear from at the festival?
I will say that at this festival, no, there is no big, there is no small. Everybody is the same.
No one's big, no one's small.
No one's big, no one's small. But yeah, there are certain panels that we are calling our keynote conversations, our keynote panels. So, there's Dr. Richie Davidson, who is this renowned neuroscientist. He's a global neuroscientist, and he's coming to talk about his work. We have a keynote conversation where Rohini is in conversation with Nikhil Kamath and Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw.
Wow.
Yeah,
we're saying it so casually. Come on. I mean, if you had to ask me the most influential people out of Bengaluru, they would be in that list.
That's very true.
And they're all together at the same time?
They are.
The stage is big enough for all of them?
It is big enough for all of them. And I think the reason that they have, when we reached out to them to say that please come for this conversation, the invitation really was that. Let's talk about your life. Let's just talk
about themselves.
It's about them, their lives, how they have built these huge businesses.
Lovely. I want to come for that.
Yeah, like what keeps them real.
I don't want to hear their advice. I want to hear about them.
There's no advice. I think that's probably just...
Yeah, as you said, I heard the entire 2-hour interview of Nikhil Kamath with Kiran.
Oh, yeah.
And for the first time, my admiration for her was already high. It went, and she spoke about a lot of personal issues which I don't think she has done before. That will be very nice.
It'll be very
Lovely.
nice.
How nice.
So we're very excited about these conversations. Like I said, I think the point of the festival is it's not a
conference. It's not
it's not a media glitzy. It's not meant to be that. It's not like.
Is it all one way? I just go and listen, or can I participate?
No, that's exactly what I was going to say. Because I have been to a lot of these, like even these kind of cultural festivals or even lit fests.
Hi, good morning. Yeah,
You know,
it is
sometimes
very one way.
yeah, it becomes a very, the people on stage are somehow more important than the people
Correct.
in the audience. Whereas our festival is not like that at all.
Really?
People on stage just seem to have some expertise and some point of view and experience, but the audience is very much a part of this.
Okay.
So you get to, of course, ask questions, you get to interact with people behind the scenes, but you get to make the festival because you get to experience all of the different artifacts and it's your space. It's not just that, you come, you listen to a panel and you go away. We have workshops where you can actually engage and, bring your own kind of thoughts and ideas and, learn things.
So if I go for the festival, I can participate in a workshop?
You can participate in a workshop. We have a very beautiful one on like the relationship of nature and our emotions. So how our actual emotions have evolved because of the nature. So there's a beautiful one
Something I
by
really
Yuvan
care
Eves,
about.
and he's a wonderful author.
Oh,
He's
nice.
written an intertitle. So he's going to do this walk for us.
Oh, you're
So-
going to doing a walk at the festival?
Yes. So there's a nature walk at the festival.
Oh, lovely.
Around Lalit. So you will see the flora, fauna, birds and animals of Lalit Ashok.
Beautiful.
So it's beautiful, right? Similarly, there are these
Namaskar,
kinds of
madam.
workshops. And then you have what we are calling discussion circles, which are even more democratic, where it's really like, if you want to come and just talk about something. So we have important issues, right? Like adoption. We have a circle on men's mental health. We have a circle on surviving suicide loss. So there are these difficult experiences people have had, which we are saying that come be with be in solidarity with others who've had the same experience as you and just talk. And we will have people facilitating this, but it's very democratic. So, this festival is not about just the glitzy speakers.
It's so nice in the nature walk, walking under the beautiful bougainvilleas of Bangalore.
Yeah.
We have like 4 or 5 colors on this particular stretch. So this is my favorite stretch for nature. In fact, we do nature walks.
Yes.
And so when we do the walks in Cubbon Park, we have done it now for like 3 months on behalf of the government.
Yeah.
People from all over the city come and they all express the same thing that you said, that we ask for feedback. They say, just being in nature is nice, but knowing about it, if I know about nature, my relationship goes up one level further. I begin to understand it. And people crave knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay, nice yellow flower, but tell me more.
Yeah.
So we find that people who get information create a connection. And nature is a good thing for... it's what you said is so nice as a nature walk. How nice. The obvious question. Workplace burnout. People are working so hard and traveling, commuting, that whole thing put together. How much does that contribute and what's your solution?
Again, I'm doing no spoilers on this one. Okay, so the solution, you come to Manotsava, we have a beautiful panel on work.
On this? Oh, okay.
On this. Because we've got people who are working with corporates with their HR teams on trying to help employees with their workplace, like with burnout, with stress.
Okay.
But it's a very real issue.
It is, right?
One of the things that we've heard from all of the panelists when we were discussing the idea with them, one similar thing was that COVID has changed something. Pre-COVID, post-COVID, it's a different world of work. And I think just first putting language to that, understanding it, trying to figure it out is really important. I think workplace burnout is also different for different ages, right? Because what you're finding is, of course, in the 30s, 40s, 50s, it's becoming very stressful. Whereas at the same time, there's all of this chatter about Gen Z and their attitudes to work. And, there is some argument that Gen Z is probably drawing stronger boundaries.
Slow quitting.
Quiet quitting. Yeah, it's quiet quitting. So there's a lot of jargon in this space, but I think it's a very real, very, very real topic that has to be talked about in public. Because again, it's something that people are feeling, and then there are these sort of unhealthy coping mechanisms. I mean, whether it is overeating or drinking or but I think that there's a lot of stuff that's happening as a result of the fact that you're getting no time. Outside of work, outside of your family obligations, to do things for yourself.
Can I do a spoiler?
Okay.
I'm not a therapist, I'm not a psychologist,
Yeah.
but I conduct events. That's what I do for a living. I conduct walks, I conduct runs, and I conduct volunteering events. So I conduct these mass events where people show up and I don't know who they are and they just show up for the activity.
Yeah.
And so I run, I walk everywhere, I listen to music. And so, to me, it's very simple. Get up early in the morning, go for a walk on a nice Bangalore pavement, or go for a run with a good bunch of friends who like running. Do some exercise which, we're not used the word dopamine even once. Can I use it, please? Because that's the only chemical I know so once I realize that it's a bit of a chemical kick, that dopamine, is, your dopamine levels go high when you do these activities. It's well known, and I find it works for me and it works for all those who come.
Yeah.
So generally when I meet people, so I hang out with people who are early morning people, who are outdoor people, and to me they seem at peace with themselves. So I don't know if they're hiding issues or they're doing this to get out of an issue, but that's my spoiler alert. This is the second Manotsava. Last year was the inaugural one, so I didn't come last year. I couldn't make it, unfortunately. But tell me, what was special about last year?
Last year was incredible because it was our first time. We did it at Enhance at the convention center, and I think across the 2 days we had over 2,000 people who showed up.
Wow!
This is despite the fact that it was Diwali weekend. It had rained, in Bangalore.
2,000 people is a lot for a new idea like this. Yeah,
almost 2,300 plus people came.
Wow!
And every auditorium was packed. Of course, our keynote panel was with Rahul Dravid and Nilekani.
Really?
And that was great.
That might explain a bit of the 2,000 fare.
No, but that's the interesting thing because it was at the end of the day and people were there from the beginning of the day and they came the next day as well.
Rahul spoke on mental health?
He spoke about his life. They had just kind of won the T20, but he also talked about that whole...
He was the coach at that time.
Yeah, and he talked about the tour where they didn't win. So he talked about like being a sports person, being a coach, being a dad, like he talked about everything, so it was actually really wonderful, and he doesn't talk about these things very much.
He's very close, and I know that I know him very well. We grew up together.
Yeah. Oh,
you didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
My only claim to fame
I
is that he was my neighbor, and we grew up in school, and I've spoken in many podcasts about. But recently, I spoke with Jimmy, and he said, "Can you please explain Rahul Dravid's temperament, gentlemanly character?" I said, I was 4 years senior to him and the captain of his first team. Maybe I had a role. This is a genuine one, but I honestly I don't know. But he's very close, and very nice to know that he opened up about
and you know
coaching.
What? He was very funny. He was funny actually. He had a great sense of humor. So we had wonderful.
Nice.
Last year was great, But again, like I said, I think we learned this from last year that at the festival, nobody was, Rahul Dravid was there, but everybody was there, and there was this big feeling,
nice.
and he connected with the people, and
I'll tell you a Rahul anecdote.
Yeah.
I took him. He once wanted to come on a walk with me, but the problem was Rahul. We walked on the road, 100 people show up.
Yeah.
So he said, "Let's go for a walk. Let's meet at Shanti Sagar." So I meet Rahul and his wife and 2 other cricketers from South Africa. In Shanti Sagar, they're having dosa, and everybody else in Shanti Sagar is taking photos. What's up?
Yeah.
Then we go out, and the best part is he stopped and spoke to everybody and autographed. And at some point, I was the walk leader. I said, "This is getting a bit too much. Can we He said, "No, that's my life." So, coming back to the famous people who have to deal with the situation, I find Rahul is so accessible when he goes out, and maybe that's his way of dealing with it. And it's amazing. I was just so impressed that he would smile at everybody, and we're walking on the road without any security, nothing. And I felt a bit worried. I am the guy in charge here, but people are also nice to him. So, how was your walk this morning on a Bangalore morning?
My walk was really, really good. I mean, like I said, I love walking.
Okay.
And I'm glad that we found so many contiguous pavements.
We walked about 2 kilometers.
Yeah, that's great.
Traffic apparently is there. So we were very engaged in this conversation.
Yeah.
When you are engaged in something, I find an activity, you're able to block the rest of the world out. So coming back to a point on the world is bad. Yeah, maybe a lot of bad things were happening.
Yeah.
But the nature, the footpath, the fact that I didn't have to fight with anyone, negotiate,
the
morning air, the silence. So that's my spoiler. Just do this. So thanks, Natasha. This was a lovely chat. Thanks also for helping us start this series of walk conversations. This is the first one.
Oh, I see.
I'm trying to cover 100 kilometers in Bangalore, not on one day, but I could if I want to, but I want to do it to show that we have these footpaths, and my aim is to walk every couple of kilometers with someone interesting to talk about something like we just did. So thanks for helping us launch this. Thanks so much.
Thank you.